that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Watch.
Canelo and Crawford are gearing up for their fight, and the tension is real. At a recent press conference, the two traded sharp words, reigniting the rivalry. The exchange started when Canelo was asked about their last press event, which had turned physical.
I didn't. He did before. He tried to welcome me back, and it just was my reaction. That's it. I think he don't did them because he really wanted to do. I think Turki Al-Ashi told him, you need to do something. And he did. He did. And
not only that, after the press conference, Crawford revealed he's been finding Canelo's antics amusing and is thoroughly enjoying all the drama surrounding their rivalry.
As you can see, you know, I love things like that. You know, it excites me. I'm more motivated than ever.
Terence Crawford addressed the last press conference where Canelo Alvarez pushed him during the face-off, saying the shove didn't bother him at all and hasn't changed how he plans to approach the fight.
You know what I mean? Like, that little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not going to be pushing, we're going to be punching. So it doesn't even...
Not just the previous press conference, even this one had a tense face-off that got heated. Boxing promoter Dana White, formerly with the UFC, had to step in personally to separate Canelo and Crawford. This isn't just any fight, it's a rare showdown between two champions who have dominated multiple weight classes, won countless belts, and proven their critics wrong. Canelo Alvarez talked about his bout with Billy Joe Saunders, saying Saunders' attitude before the fight pushed him to be more aggressive and intense, and suggested a similar dynamic could happen against Crawford.
You know, a lot of MMA fans, UFC fans, may not have ever seen you fight before, and they might tune in because Dana and the UFC are involved. So what has it been like, maybe introducing yourself to a lot of MMA?
Canelo Alvarez said he lost respect for Crawford after some of his comments, especially when Crawford said he doesn't care about meeting others' expectations. Canelo felt it came across as if Crawford had something to prove or needed to get off his chest during the press conference.
more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not going to do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like welcome me back, and that's why I pushed him. And, you know, like I say, don't fuck with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah.
At the press conference, Canelo made a bold statement in front of the media and boxing officials, suggesting that Crawford was following someone else's orders to pressure him, which caused chaos during their last face-off. He also warned that crossing him could end Crawford's career.
Before, I respect his word because he say, oh, I'm not gonna let somebody to tell me what I need to do, and he did. So, but you know me. Just I respect everybody, but if you me, so it's gonna be different. You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
First
we
and
know.
foremost.
During a heated encounter, Terence Crawford addressed rumors from Canelo's camp claiming he was scared, saying he confronted Canelo to prove he wasn't afraid and to show he was in control before the fight. Canelo clarified that he never made those claims himself, noting it was Crawford's uncle who did. Crawford stood firm, insisting he fears no one and that Canelo will see this once they face off in the ring, also reminding everyone that he confidently approached Canelo at their previous press event despite the size difference.
I was in a room saying that I was scared of them. So I stepped to him and showed him who was the boss of this fight. I ain't scared of shit.
Hey, I never say that. Your uncle say that. No.
On one side is Canelo Alvarez, Mexico's pride and undisputed super middleweight champion with 63 wins, 2 losses, and 39 knockouts, who has faced top fighters like Gennady Golovkin, Miguel Cotto, Sergey Kovalev, and Caleb Plant. While fans and fighters have hyped the fight's significance, promoter Eddie Hearn initially downplayed the Crawford buzz but now admits it will be a huge day for Canelo. Hearn says he leans toward Canelo but calls the fight tough for both, noting Crawford's sharp timing, slick movement, and constant adjustments could make the ring feel like a chessboard, forcing Canelo to stay on his toes.
And you're going to find that out. As you've seen, the last press conference,
We'll see.
when I walked you down, when you were supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you're fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like you're a great fighter. But you find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
And it's going to be different from you as well.
Hearn added that Crawford sees this fight as more than a title or a big payday. It's his ultimate mission. He wants to move beyond being known just as a technical boxer and prove himself as a true great. Hearn emphasized that Crawford isn't chasing fame, he's chasing a lasting legacy.
Yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo. Then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo. So we'll see.
No, Canelo's an all-time great. He's an incredible fighter, and look, I actually think this is a bad fight for him.
He also addressed the obvious size difference. Crawford was a natural welterweight at 147 pounds, while Canelo has long been a 168 pounds champion. Despite the weight gap, Crawford kept calling out Canelo, and interestingly, Canelo didn't shut the door. He said that if the business aligned properly, he would take the fight seriously.
He'll engage a lot more than Skull, but he will be looking to do all the things where people have had success, which is use movement. Look at what Bivol did. Bivol had the perfect game plan. He boxed off the back foot, then he attacked, then he moved, then he, all that kind of stuff. I think Crawford will be looking to...
Canelo has fought and beaten champions across 4 weight classes, rising from a teenage prospect to one of boxing's biggest pay-per-view stars, building an empire inside and outside the ring with sharp counters, a solid chin, and punishing body shots. At the press conference, he was calm and composed, sharing his excitement about working with Dana White, saying their collaboration could achieve big things. Canelo acknowledged that Crawford brings a unique challenge, and now it's time to see how it unfolds. Antonio Tarver added that Crawford has a rare energy, an unwavering, fearless presence that sets great fighters apart, never seeing any opponent as a threat.
7, obviously 154 now, but the money's the money, and he was never going to turn it down.
Tarver then offered a more critical view of Canelo Alvarez, recognizing his toughness but noting he hasn't faced a real challenge lately and his ring movement has slowed. He cautioned that becoming too comfortable can be dangerous, even for the best fighters, as it may lead them to ease off the gas.
I've been telling y'all for the longest, that boy got that energy. And you know what energy I'm talking about. What is that? Tarver energy. Yes, sir. Tarver. He got that. Yes, and so when you get that, we don't see nobody.
In Martin's view, he doesn't think Terence Crawford will run from Canelo like some others have. He believes Crawford will definitely box but will also stay in the fight, landing shots and fighting in bursts against Canelo.
With a dog, Canelo. Now, the Canelo footwork ain't been what it's supposed to be lately, and he hasn't a real threat in a long time. Right. Now, sometimes we can get so comfortable in that zone, but now you got to go down deep to get ready for Crawford.
Crawford might be smaller than Canelo, but he has important advantages like speed that could help him compete effectively. His size could actually work in his favor, making him quicker and giving him a genuine chance to beat Canelo.
I don't think Terence gonna run from Canelo as much as that guy did. I feel like he gonna box for sure, but he gonna sit down on some shots. He gonna fight in spurts against Canelo.
He explained the challenges smaller fighters face against bigger opponents and showed how faster, smaller boxers can gain an advantage over taller, heavier foes. His points highlight why speed is crucial in closely contested fights, emphasizing the balance between physical strength and quickness.
Sometimes, man, like, just because a guy bigger, it don't always mean, like, he can crack, but, it's like Terence he gonna be the faster, he gonna be the quicker fighter, the more explosive fighter, too, I feel like.
This fight could redefine greatness for Crawford. If he beats Canelo, a naturally bigger fighter with proven skill across multiple styles, Crawford would become the first male boxer in the Forbal era to hold undisputed titles in 3 weight divisions, a milestone never reached by Mayweather, Pacquiao, or Roy Jones Jr., making history in bold. Among those critical of Canelo is former opponent Floyd Mayweather Jr., who gave him one of his most decisive defeats in 2013, dominating a younger Canelo in spectacular fashion.
Nothing. A lot of times them guys be slower, you know?
Yeah.
When a smaller guy come up to a higher weight, you just can't get hit by the, you just can't get hit by the bigger guy, especially if you're a puncher. But a lot of times the smaller guy have an advantage, I feel like, because
the weight difference might play a role, but both fighters are physically well prepared, which fuels confidence from their camps. Trainer Brian Bulak McIntyre matched his fighter's energy with calm assurance, speaking not in trash talk but quiet confidence. While keeping their strategy secret, he made it clear the outcome is certain in his mind, focusing on preparation, discipline, and years of trust that he believes will secure victory. He said, "We're just going to get out there and win. Do whatever we need to do to win. I ain't going to give out the game plan, but I know we're going to win." Crawford also boasts an impressive 73% knockout rate compared to Canelo's 63.9%, notable given his lighter weight classes. Still, rivals remain critical. Oscar de la Hoya has openly criticized the fight, the promoters, and even the dinner Canelo and Crawford shared with Turki Al-Sheikh.
Take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting.
Oscar de la Hoya voiced frustration about the fight, criticizing the overly polished and friendly interactions between Canelo and Crawford, saying it softens boxing's intensity. He argued that fans tune in for the fire, tension, and raw energy that make a fight feel like a battle, not mutual admiration. Comparing to past legends, he noted that rivalries like Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier or Mike Tyson versus Mitch Green wouldn't have had the same impact if the fighters were seen casually dining together beforehand.
Canelo Crawford has given me lots of good ammunition. Ooh, first, let's take it back to last week when this photo was taken of Canelo and Crawford having dinner together. Like they're best friends. I love you, man. They're buddies.
He went further, saying, "The real appeal of boxing is in the build-up, the tension and emotional stakes that make each round feel like life or death. When the promotion feels forced or too polished, it loses its spark."
Imagine Muhammad Ali or like Joe Frazier having dinner together. What? Can you imagine Mike Tyson and Mitch Green before a brawl? What the f? No boxing fan wants to see two fighters having dinner together.
We could have a dinner on...
Oscar took a personal jab, urging Bud to bring up the controversy around Canelo's failed drug test linked to tainted meat, a shadow that has followed him for years. It was a calculated move to spark real tension and shift the promotional tone. He as a two-time undisputed champion with nothing left to prove, yet he seeks the challenge that could cement his immortality. Canelo, on the other hand, has ruled so long that keeping his throne means defeating the man expected to dethrone him. British boxing journalist Gareth A. Davies offered a blunt, unfiltered reminder of what Crawford faces, giving a raw take on the fight stakes.
For both men, Canelo always looks for the knockout, as he says. He will be planting his feet. And as I said to Terence, are you prepared to be hit harder than you've ever been hit before? Obviously, he doesn't want to be hit, but Canelo will hit him harder than anyone he's probably been in against.
Davies is blunt. Canelo isn't coming to box gently, he's coming to hurt. He plants himself, fights flat-footed, and hunts for the knockout like a man on a mission. Crawford, however, has never faced shots like Canelo's, making this fight a test of not just skill, but durability, heart, and sheer will. It won't be just a tactical match. It will be a war where every clean punch can change everything. Davies leaves a stark question. Is Crawford truly ready for that level of fire?
It wasn't the same Errol Spence that he fought, and he's up against one of the all-time greats of Mexican boxing on September the 13th at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. It's a really big fight for him. It's a legacy fight because his resume isn't anything like Saul Canelo Alvarez's.
The heat, drama, and anticipation show this isn't just another fight. It's a battle of legacies, pride, and raw emotion. Every press conference, quote, and stare down adds fuel to the fire. Whether it's respect or rivalry, strategy or tension, one thing is clear. When Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford enter the ring, the world will be watching to see who makes history. If this breakdown fired you up, like, subscribe for more real fight talk, and share your prediction in the comments. Will Crawford get under Canelo's skin, or will the Mexican superstar prove the doubters wrong once again?